Alrighty. This is the June 9th GUAC maintainers meeting. As usual, this meeting is subject to the Linux Foundation antitrust policy and the OpenSSF code of conduct. It is being recorded and will be on our YouTube channel later. First of all, anyone new here that wants or hasn't been here in a while that wants to introduce themselves? That seems like a no. All right. So I did want to give a quick update because we talked about it last week on the community merge. Coincidentally, Linux Foundation reached out to me last week with some questions that they had for clarification. I shared those with the maintainers, um, and I sent the responses back on Friday. So that's where we stand. I don't have a timeline from them, but it is apparently still moving along. If you haven't seen the OpenSSF Community Day Europe schedule yet, there will be a talk about it. So hopefully we have something to talk about. I'm pretty confident that end of August, I believe, is when that is. We'll be able to say something more firm.
Uh, we can always talk about what we are planning to do. So
That's true. It's like a 10-minute slot, so we don't have a lot of time that we need to fill. The other thing is the 1.0. I drafted a blog post for us to publish on the GUAC blog. Shared that in Slack the end of last week, and I left it here in the notes. The OpenSSF blog post that we all reviewed is sitting with OpenSSF, and last Sally said they should be able to publish it prior to Thursday's community meeting. So at this point, is there anything that's preventing us from, officially pushing the button and getting that release out and publishing our blog post, etc.? Okay. Who would like to take responsibility for the big button push? Parth, would you like to do the honors, or do you want somebody else to do it?
Yeah, I can do it. Sure.
Awesome. All right. So if everyone can just kind of look over that blog post, maybe today, whenever I see that Parth has pushed the button, I will go ahead and get the blog post out, and then we could call it 1.0, and we'll bring, everyone should bring chips and guac to the community meeting on Thursday. Parth, were you about to say something? I thought I heard.
Just laughing. The chips and guac thing.
And then speaking of the Thursday community meeting, we are having that. We didn't do last month, and we're moving this one a week earlier than we normally would to avoid conflicting with a US holiday. So I figure 1.0 will probably be a big, part of it. I think we should definitely spend some time congratulating ourselves and recognizing, all the work that's gone into getting us to this point. I will pull together some graphs or pretty pictures about just, the size of the community. And, when I was looking, we had, I think I mentioned it in the blog post or both blog posts, even, there's over a dozen or companies and organizations represented in our contributors. And I think something like 200 total contributors across GUAC proper, the visualizer, the docs, the web page, and all that. So, we should definitely, celebrate that. But if there is anything else that people want to add, now would be a good time to either just add it to the doc, or if there's something we want to discuss.
Real quick. I'm not sure if anybody's checked this, but do we need to ensure that there's no like critical vulnerabilities before we kind of push out the 1.0? Has that been
Yeah, that
done
would probably
already
be
or
good.
not been done? Oh, yeah, hasn't been done. Okay.
I'm not aware of it being done, no. But that's a good catch. Mihai, go ahead.
Actually, we have some Go mod dependencies that are not updated. The PR that sent everything together is too big to handle, so I sent a PR to unbundle the dependencies and then have Dependabot send updates dependency by dependency, and then we can merge all of those. I didn't see anything big that looked like a big security vulnerability, but just in case if we want to have the latest versions, I think we should
Yeah.
get those in.
Yeah. Also, the PR closed. The grouped PR closed. I guess we'll have to Dependabot has to re-trigger somehow. Can we just re-trigger Dependabot?
Yeah, so when that closes, it's either Dependabot is starting a new one or it re-triggers. Oh, my PR got merged. Okay. So now Dependabot is going to trigger the new ones when it runs.
Okay.
Is that something we can force to run now? Just so that way it's
I can look up that part. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I know when I sent the merging part, Dependabot triggered it in like a few hours. So if I don't get anything by end of the day, I'll look into forcing this.
okay. I mean, because it basically runs like it's a sort of a special GitHub action, right? So we, in theory,
Mhm.
should be able to go to the Actions tab and rerun it. But
Yeah, it doesn't have the trigger on that.
oh, okay. All right. Anything else on the 1.0 or community meeting? All right. Mihai, you had a couple of PRs that you wanted to bring up.
They just got merged. So part reviewed them and they got merged. It was related to the Dependabot issue
Okay,
and the
cool.
CI flakiness. And I think now it should be solved. We were
Is the
accidentally
end-to-end
using
still?
the.
Is the end-to-end still broken?
No, I think now it should be fixed unless like the the other endpoint connection that is flaky. But the main issue that the jobs were needed to be retried was that we had the same cache used twice into different jobs.
Oh,
And they were being written to at the same time, and GitHub was not supporting that.
interesting. Okay.
Yeah. And I'm going to see now that this got merged. I'm going to see if the next three jobs are going to be faster or not. But
Yeah.
it seems that that was the main problem. Looking at the past failures, yeah, most of the time
Okay.
it was like failing to write to the cache.
Yeah, I mean, let's update the dependencies, and then if we can get those dependency updates done, then I think
Yeah.
we can release it after that.
Yeah.
Like a 1.0 release. Yeah.